Hey there, Sag, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of December, and we're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Sag, happy birthday, or happy birth month. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If this reading resonates and you guys want to say thank you and show your appreciation, donation link is below in the description box. Any and every amount is greatly appreciated. And of course, if you want to book a personal reading, just send me an email. All the information about how to do that is also in the description box. Okay, Sag, bottom of the deck, you get the Strength card. You're going through it a bit, eh? Sorry, I've been spending too much time with Canadians, so I started saying A now. I'm not Canadian, but they've got very addictive phrases. Anywho, Jesus, Sag, please, this reading cannot be all over the place like this energetically. Main energy for your reading is the King of Swords. You are really trying to be very logical, very practical, and very much like what makes sense for me to do. And we'll see exactly what the situation is about. In the recent past, you get the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. I really do see you having this desire here to communicate. And the reason you want to communicate with this person, with your person, is because you're trying to build. You're trying to rebuild a very solid foundation here. Now, I'm saying desire because I don't feel like you actually did it. There's too much inconsistent energy behind this desire that you have. So some days you're like, you know what? We're going to be able to talk. We're going to be able to rebuild. We're going to be able to communicate. We're going to be able to come together and like rebuild this foundation, this broken trust that we have. We're going to be able to rebuild that and move forward. Other days you're like, yeah, there's no way this is not going to work. It's not going to happen. And so I don't really know if this is you or your person. Take it as it resonates, but there's a lot of, okay, we'll do it. No, we won't. Yes, we can make it happen. No, we can't. And I just feel like it kind of, you just kind of like petered yourself out. You're like, you know what? Forget it. Like, it's just I'm not even going to bother. In the current situation, you get the Eight of Swords, the Moon, and the Five of Wands. There's a deep internal conflict happening here for you. And it's interesting because Leo got the Moon in the exact same position in the current situation in their reading. So some of you may have a lot of Leo in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Leo. You're spending a lot of time up in your head. And honestly, Sag, I feel like you're just tiring yourself out. You're thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. Something lives in your head here rent free. But there's also a part of you which is refusing to look at it. You're kind of like, there's a situation between you and your person. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about them. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the conversations. What are they doing? What did I do? Da, da, da. But then you're also like, no, I'm not thinking about it. Like, it's kind of like in the back end of your mind, you're constantly thinking about it, but you're refusing to allow yourself to admit that you're actually thinking about it. And this is creating a bit of an internal conflict for you. Because on the one hand, you're like, oh, I'm not thinking about it, right? I don't need to think about this. Let me just set it aside. Like, let me stop thinking about this. On the other hand, all you're doing is thinking about it. And so it's very exhausting. I feel very exhausted energy from you in the current situation. So we're going to clarify this and see what that's about. Now, in the near future, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. It clicks for you in the near future, okay? And what clicks, Sag, is that it's done. You're showing me like in the near future, despite the fact that it's hard, despite the fact that it's difficult, I'm coming to the realization that like I've lost this person. I've lost this connection. Like it's over. It sucks. On the one hand, I can see the pain of the loss because you do still very much care about this connection and this person. And you're showing me it's hard for me to come to this realization. On the other hand, though, getting that clarity, getting that mental like aha moment, it gives you some relief. It's kind of like you can stop thinking, you can stop over analyzing, you can stop stressing about this, right? That conflict, that constant drive, that suppression, like all of that is just gone because it clicks. You're like, okay, I get it. Like it sucks, right? I lost it. I lost them. This connection's over. But there's also some relief here. Whew, let's take a look. This is going to be a doozy, Sag. Let's take a look at the Prince of Swords in the main energy for your reading this month. And that's the King of Swords in this deck. King of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Wands, which you get in the recent past, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands, which you also get in the recent past. You're trying to be very practical and logical about this whole situation, but deep down, all you just want a new beginning. you want to talk to this person. You're showing me like, if I could just talk to them, we could have this new beginning. We could start over. We could start fresh. We could rekindle this, right? Yes, we had a tower moment. Yes, everything crumbled and collapsed, but it's because it wasn't stable. And now we can come together. We can rebuild. We can have a new beginning. It all, as far as you're concerned, right? It all centers around communication. If I could just talk to them, if we could just have a conversation, we'd be able to pick up, we'd be able to start over. And again, I do see you really wanting to do this, but logically, I don't see you actually taking any action because it doesn't make sense. You're showing me like, I want this. I really want to talk to them. I really want to have a new beginning, but it's like, I know that it doesn't make sense for me to talk to them. It doesn't make sense for me to try to rebuild with them for whatever reason, right? Maybe you're like, hey, they're not going to respond. They blocked me. Or maybe it's because, there's nobody to talk to, right? Like they're in terms of nobody to talk to in the sense of like you'd be talking to a brick wall, right? The reason's going to be different for each of you, but you're showing me like, if I could just talk to them, just have one honest conversation, it would resolve everything. Let's take a look at the recent past. I want to see what the Knight of Wands is all about for you. Knight of Wands is clarified. You guys must have a lot of Leo in your chart because this is the exact, and I use a separate deck for Leo. These are the exact energies that Leo got, or like basically very same layout of energies that Leo got as their main energy. So if you guys have Leo in your chart, definitely go check out the Leo reading because like there's so many similarities. And I shuffled my decks. I used a separate deck entirely and the same freaking cards. Wow. Okay. Mind blown. In the recent past, the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. You're very unhappy here in the recent past. You're very disappointed, okay? And you get the Ace of Swords again in the near future because you know that deep down all you want to do is heal things. All you want to do is fix things with this person, but you can't. And so for whatever reason. And so you're showing me what I'm doing is I'm taking care of myself. I'm nurturing myself. I'm supporting myself. I'm, whether it's, going on like a little retail therapy, whether it's making sure your environment is good, you're focusing on 3D world tangible things to help you feel more taken care of, more supported because you're so unhappy, because you're so disappointed, because, everything that happened. And it does make you feel good. Like I can see that it kind of like reignites that passion within you, that fire, the Sag fire. It rekindles it a little bit. Like it helps you feel alive again. Let's take a look at the Three of Pentacles in the recent past. Three of Pentacles, there you are, Sag, is clarified by the Ten of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Temperance. You're showing me, like, despite the hardships, and you get the Ten of Wands in the same row in the near future. Despite the hardships, despite whatever happened between us in the past, we can turn things around. We really can. Like, work with me. You're literally yelling to your person through the 5D, work with me. Come in. You give 50%, I'll give 50%. We can rebuild the trust. We can rebuild the foundation that was broken. Like we can literally have a 180 and turn things around. Yes, things are hard. Yes, things were hard, but we can move past this. You really do have very like positive energy here, or at least the desire to have positive energy show up for you in the recent past. Let's take a look at the Eight of Wands here in the recent past. That's you. Eight of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, Three of Wands. You just want to talk to them. You're like, we are a soul connection. You know we're a soul connection. I know we're a soul connection. We are a divine connection, right? Like, just talk. Let's just communicate. And part of you, Sag, also believes like it's a matter of time until they will communicate. So I feel like you and your person in the recent past aren't talking, and you're showing me it's just a matter of time until they come forth and they will eventually reach out to me, right? Like deep down, you have this belief, you have this like internal belief that this will happen because we are a soul connection. We are such a deep connection. Like things don't just poof, vanish from a connection this deep, right? It's hard. I can see you also like, you're not really showing me the confusion, but I can see you just kind of being like, sorry, I don't want to cuss on YouTube. Like what the F? Like what in the F? Like work with me. Like you're literally yelling into the 5D at your person. Let's take a look at the current situation, see what's going on with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is clarified by the Lovers, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. You can't stop thinking about this connection. In the current situation, some of you may be dealing with a water sign, Leo, or Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces as your person. This is a soul connection. You get the Six of Cups, you get the Lovers. Like, it's not just you and your person here in the 3D world. This is a divine connection. And you're showing me, like, the thing that you can't stop thinking about is how we can go from a soul connection, a divine connection, the love, the intensity of the emotions, to just complete emotional disconnect, complete emotional detachment. Like, you went from 60 to 0, and just like nothing. You can't stop thinking about it. This is living in your head rent free. You're replaying the connection. You're replaying conversations. You're replaying what happened. You're replaying things that you said, they said. Like, you're literally running through everything in your mind, trying to figure out, like, how did we go from the Lovers to complete emotional detachment? And I feel like, honestly, you're not coming up with much, because you're showing me, like, I'm not coming to these, like, aha moments or these realizations of, like, oh, this was the moment, or this is what happened. It's just, you're just driving yourself, literally, like, tuckering yourself out just thinking about this, Sag. Let's take a look at the moon in the current situation. Moon is clarified by the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. You really don't want to look at the fact that despite everything that happened, Sag, in a heartbeat, if this person came back and was like, work with me, Sag, let's make this happen, you would. Despite the hell that they have put you through, and they have put you through hell, despite everything that happened, if they just came back and they were like, work with me, let's build, in a heartbeat you would build. It wouldn't even be a question, right? And you're also confused about why they're not coming in to try to work with you to build here. It's literally like, you're like, this person has a lot of defense mechanisms, by the way. The person you're dealing with, lots of walls, lots of guards. And you're showing me, like, I understand that you're guarded. I understand that you're defensive, but, like, we have such a deep connection. Why won't you work with me? Like, work with me. I'm not telling you to do all the work. Like, let's build together. But again, there's no answer here. I can see that there's no answer. And the universe is like, look, Sag is confused. Okay. There is no answer. And you spending more mental energy trying to think about, like, exactly what happened, exactly, all of that, you're just going to tire yourself out, because the universe is literally showing me there is no answer. Like, you ain't getting it. You ain't seeing it. Let's take a look at the 5 of Wands in the current situation. Five of Wands is clarified by the Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the Justice. Here's the thing, Sag. You have the clarity that you need, right? If we just, like, turned off your emotions for a second and you looked at this logically and practically, it all becomes very, very clear. And I think, like, you're getting that aha moment in the near future. But in the current situation, you're still very, very conflicted, because it's like the logical, practical, like, yo, black and white, this is what makes sense, is right in front of you, and you don't really want to look at it. You're not really ready to look at it. The universe is like, that's fine, right? The divine balance will be restored once you allow yourself to kind of see things for what they are. You logically already have this clarity. Logically, if you were to shut off your emotions and look at the situation practically, logically, without the immense emotional investment that you have, you would see things for what they are. You're not there yet in the current situation, though. Let's take a look at the near future. I want to see what the 5 of Pentacles is in the near future. This is a pretty intense reading. For those of you that are still around, kudos, because this ain't easy. I'm saying a lot of stuff that you don't want to hear. Trust me. So the 5 of Pentacles in the near future is clarified by the Judgment, the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. You're realizing it in the near future. In the near future, your higher self is coming to the realization this connection is lost. This person, I've lost them. This connection, I've lost them. And it is painful. It is painful because I can see the pain here, Sag. It hurts. It hurts emotionally. It hurts mentally. It hurts because the love is still there, right? You still love this person. You know they still love you, but it's just like, I can't, there's nothing I can do here. This person doesn't seem like they're willing to work with you. They don't seem like they're putting their guard down. You're not getting any answers by spending hours a day thinking about this. Like, it sucks to come to this realization, but in the near future, you're starting to get it. You're like, okay, as much as it sucks, like, this is lost. Let's take a look at the 10 of Wands in the near future. Yeah, Ten of Wands is clarified by the Two of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Chariot. It's difficult because you still love this person very much, and you're showing me like I still feel like I'm in a connection with them. I still feel like I'm in a relationship with them, even though we broke up, even though we separated. Like I still feel like we are in a relationship. And despite, all the mental turmoil that you've had to go through, you're coming to the realization in the near future that it's done. Like it's actually done, and you need to start moving past it. You're not at the point where you're starting to move past it. You're not like letting go yet. You're showing me I'm still a little conflicted. I still need more time, right? But it's starting to click with you where you're like, okay, like I'm literally holding on to a sinking ship. I don't know where I come up with these examples, but like this is done. This is gone. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords in the near future. Ace of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Six of Wands. Remember the Moon that we talked about in the current situation? You're starting to come to the realization that, again, whatever you are confused about in the current situation, it seems like in the near future, you're getting that aha moment, that understanding. But the reason you're getting that understanding is because what you refuse to look at in the current situation, remember I said, your brain already knows it. Logically, you know it, but you're just refusing to look at it. You're refusing to turn on that light and be like, oh, okay, I see things for what they are. You're getting that clarity in the near future. And it feels good, right? Like I said, there is a sense of relief of like, okay, I don't have to keep holding on to this. But it also sucks because you're essentially like letting it sink, letting it go. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Sag. Pretty intense reading. Pretty intense. Was not expecting this when I started the reading. From the universe, you get the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. I can see that things have shifted. I can see that you've gone from exchanging energies with somebody to completely just being alone. Like poof, like literally instantly. But Sag, what you don't see is that this is for the better. The universe did this, as painful and difficult as it is, because it was aligned for you. Okay, there are things which are out of your control, and divine timing and divine guidance is at play. And the universe is literally showing me, like, I have taken away the energy that you have been interacting with. I have removed them from the equation, and you are now on your own. They are no longer in the picture. Whew. Damn. Okay. Well, Sag, that's what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. I hope it resonated. If it did and you feel comfortable sharing in the comments how it resonated for you, I would love to hear it. And if not, that's also totally fine. I'm truly sending you all the love and light, Sag. This is a pretty intense reading. So yeah. And of course, if this resonated and you do want to book a personal reading, just send me an email. All the details are in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sag, and I'll see you here on the next one.